planer in the game for securing range creeps. So he alleviates a lot of her weaknesses super early on.
Yeah, and her spells, like you said, like that's the reason why Mars is like decent, because you set it up. A lot of times for Willows, it's like you just kind of have to throw your spells out if you don't have a decent setup in lane. It's really awkward.
You have to like predict the guy's running away and hit him with it on the way.
Just going
up.
for a last hit. You bramble on like when he's moving up to walk for it. You know, that's usually the way that I do it when I'm playing the hero. But can definitely be tough. Puck into the Willow. Interesting.
What's bad about Puck against Willow?
Well, now you can play around it, of course, because you can play easier into the roots because they swap the way that the abilities work, right?
Yeah,
you used to not be able to phase, but now you can at least phase shift during the roots. It used to be a huge problem because you'd orb in, and then you'd orb into a bramble, and you're just like, but now you can phase shift, so. Wow.
PL into Puck, not a huge fan here. I think they're preparing for like Morphling. I think that's what they're doing. They're preparing for all these other heroes that are good with Venge, but at this point, I think you just accept you have a Venge and they've banned everything out. That maybe that's bad. You know, maybe Venge is super underwhelming. They were talking about how Dusa looked broken with the Venge. Maybe Venge looks really bad without a hero that she's enabling. But PL against Puck, not a fan.
PL they can just Sven, can't they? Also,
is Sven in the pool?
Yeah,
it's not the best versus Phoenix, but it's nice versus all the other stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty strong versus the other three.
Just feel like we haven't seen the best performance from PL throughout the entirety of this tournament, even in games where PL seemed to make sense. He's had worse performances as a cat humanoid than I've ever seen, and I've watched the whole Cats movie 6 times.
I think there's just a lot of heroes that just break him, and I think there's one big one that got buffed that people did draft yesterday is a Leshrac. Liquid picked it. I think that's a hero that just, the game is over for PL pretty much at every stage. You can't really itemize to deal with it. Also owns Willow. I actually think it's a great option for 5-man if they can actually put it in their lineup.
The Lesh.
The Lesh, yeah. I know they're probably going to put Puck as Chessie because Chessie always plays the Puck and he does this like triple orb thing to mid. He puts his ward down. He gets himself his lane set up. But I do think that they can vary their draft a bit here and just count it as PL now because they see it. They see the core and you know that that's going to be V2 and you know that's going to be the big carry. Just your next 2 picks should definitely address it.
So are you still thinking Sven as well?
I mean, I think it could work. It's a little weak versus the Phoenix. They might have some egg problems.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to just like tunnel vision on this 1-to-1 matchup.
Yeah.
Puck's actually pretty decent against PL, so I wanted the hero they picked to be good against PL, but it doesn't have to be some hard counter.
So you're not as much in the camp of a Lesh or something like that?
No, I'm saying Lesh is fine, but like, and Sven is fine, but
don't double down.
You don't have to just focus on the other parts of the draft. Give yourself some good team fight synergy. Alk is incredibly good against PL.
Yep.
It's not the best in lane though here. I think Mars is gonna like absolutely free farm top.
Yeah.
And potentially the problem with this Alk is their only save is Venge, and he dies to Arena early on. And I think the Mars is gonna spend his time just following him around. But it is very good against PL, and they should be able to get stacks going with heroes like Venge being able to reliably stack from long range.
Really, really weak lane, though.
Yeah, that's about as bad as it gets.
I'm pretty concerned for that one, just because I think, like, depending on how they set up their lanes, too, for FlyToMoon, like, if it's either Mars Phoenix or if it's Mars Willow, like, they can punish this Alchemist super hard. They can play as aggro as they want. Because
they may need to do, like, an aggro tri-lane with the Alk.
Or just have Misery stay top at the start, right? Start as a tri-lane and leave.
The problem is you're, like, helping an Alk, right? Compare him to, like, a Sven, a Jug. Those heroes, if you toss somebody into them, they can capitalize. You're just babysitting an Alk who's going to right-click for 50 damage, right?
Definitely
I think the aggro tri-lane approach might be better because you're not doing it to get kills. You're not doing it to shut down the PL. You're literally doing it so you don't have a weak 2v2 bottom and a weak 2v2 top, right? You're doing it where you maybe pick a strong solo laner, and then... I'm not saying they have to do that, but picking this out, it looks good in game, but early game, I'm super concerned.
Same.
So overall, 5 men, though, looking like they're going to have decent game once they manage to make the late game, but concerned about the landing phase. Is there any way that we could see FlyToMoon push that even further and put themselves in even better position early on?
I think they have to see where this puck's going, and then DK looks really good for me. Timbersaw looks fine.
If they get a Timber mid, right? I think that kind of owns the whole draft, right?
It depends on what this last pick is for 5 men, but Timbersaw is a great option. I actually like Darkseer a lot against PL. The Ion Shell damage in the early to mid game, even late game, can be super annoying. The laning stage, you don't love playing against it either, but every hero farms pretty well against Darkseer. I like what 5 men are doing, but if this is like a DK or a Timber, I'm a bit scared because they're going to be countered in like all 3 lanes. Well, they're going to be countered in 2 out of 3 lanes, and then the PL is going to farm fine. This last pick will say it all. I think there's too many good options, though. I feel like the second I see this pick, I'm not going to like 5 minutes draft anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little weirded by their draft too. I feel like I think it's good versus the PL, and PL is definitely a bit of a question mark for me. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about 5 minutes draft that looks a little weird.
I know what you mean.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to see what that last pick is going to be already. Both of you have just put together so many different solutions that could shut down this draft. Is there anything that you're concerned about on the side of FlyToMoon? Because I feel like the 5-men draft, 5 men's made you feel uneasy. Kunkka going to be the last pick for FlyToMoon.
They're like tripling down on their team fight. It gives them some nice catch against the surge from Darkseer. All of 5-men's heroes except for the Puck are completely reliant on walking around, which X is super good against, and also good against the Venge save. It's a pseudo counter in the sense that if you X the Alk while he's in the middle of the Mars ulti, he's coming right back if you try to swap him out.
Yeah, I mean, look at the odds, too, on EGB.com. 1.69 on the side of FlyToMoon. Those are some nice odds. Yeah. Very nice indeed. But the question is, do you sit with the odds this time, Fogged, or do you think that we will be able to see 5-men make this odd draft come together?
I think this Alchemist, when he does have BKB, he reigns supreme in this game pretty hard. If he's able to get away with the laning phase, gets his Radiance, gets his BKB online, I think it's super good versus FlyToMoon. But I think FlyToMoon, they can play really aggressive in their laning phase and try to shut that down. I don't know, this Kunkka pick looks a little bit strange to me, too.
This may be a cop-out, but if 5-men are allowed to play Dota this game, meaning the game's not just so out of hand in 5 minutes it's over, I 100% favor their draft, but I don't think that's going to happen, so...
Okay, well, we're going to find out right now. They are going to be permitted to play Donut. Let's play some donuts. No, they're going to be permitted to play some Dota, but let's see if they're able to hold on in the early game on the side of 5-men or if they're going to be overwhelmed.
FlyToMoon. Five men. Fight!
Well, it seems like Rich has food on the brain, but we've got food for your mind here with Lacoste. What do you think about that draft? Who do you feel like got the advantage there?
I'd go with FlyToMoon. I'm just not a big fan of the Alchemist, and throughout the history, I always had the bad read on Alchemist, how strong he is.
Yeah.
I just don't... that's the worst hero for me in terms of like trying to understand when is a good Alchemist game or when it's not. I mean, we can quote Syndran. When it's Alchemist game, it's an Alchemist game, but you know, it's just a stupid quote at the end of the day, and still don't understand it. But yeah, I feel like Alchemist is going to have a rough time in the laning stage. Seems like they're just going to be running a tri-lane to try to secure it. Otherwise, they would have 2-1-2 lanes, and they would have 2 very weak lanes. So, Chessy...
they're going to be having Zibe going mid. That's pretty cool. I was a big concern, Lacoste, when I saw the start of this draft. I saw Vengeful Spirit, and I was like, oh, God.
Another Medusa.
For the rest of the day, I'm going to be watching TB, Void, and Medusa every single game. But we got some fresh new carries on our hands. Hell, we haven't seen a whole lot of Phantom Lancer at all.
I think there's a good reason why. I just don't feel like, you know, this hero is extremely strong right now. You get a Diffusal Blade and then what? Like, you feel strong, right?
Yeah.
But you're also very vulnerable to any kind of burst. I just don't feel like the hero, you know, has his timings. He's super good in the late game, but there's other carries that just comes online much faster than PL.
Yeah, it definitely feels like in a current meta where there is just a bunch of AoE team fight that's flying around, Phantom Lancer, you know, is a bit exposed. Speaking of all that AoE big team fight, FlyToMoon certainly have a healthy amount of it there.
Okay, so they start with the 2-1-2 lanes. I don't think top lane's going to be any good for 5-men. I think they're just going to get dumpstered in this lane. Against Mars and Dark Willow, Vengeful Spirit is not a hero that provides, you know, any kind of pressure in the lane. And what is your Alchemist going to do? Right click, that's it. I mean, you have a lot of minus armor, but I don't think you're getting a kill on any of these heroes.
They, I like the fact that FlyToMoon is going to try and take advantage of this as much as possible, and picked up the Orb of Venom really early for the Mars. So they're just going to be full-on aggro here. Pylai pops his healing salve. Nice deny there from General.
Ace is not getting CS. He's
No,
at
he's
4.
not.
And once they get level 2, I mean, they just become much, much stronger than what 5 men have. Also, I don't think the bottom lane is very strong. So yeah, Pylai
That's gonna be a dead Pylai die.
Go down.
That's eventual spirit in laning phase for you right there. Just does not accomplish a whole lot.
Mid lane also doing very well for Kunkka. They try to adjust the lanes, but I don't think this is what they needed to do. Like, they're just gonna lose all 3 lanes from what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
It could be one of those games where, you know, Alchemist is not getting farm. It feels like the game just ends 15 minutes in if he's not having Radiance. The good thing about the lineup is, you know, some certain matchups, Puck is a very good hero against the Phantom Lancer. In Vengeful Spirit is a great hero to stack the camps for Alk. But then again, you need to leave Alk solo, which means that he's just gonna die there.
Is the Kunkka versus Alchemist matchup that bad?
I'd still prefer if they just put Alchemist, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, the faster you get level 6, the faster you're able to just jungle, and, you know, maybe your game's fine from there. Ace trying to intercept here, help Pylai die out as much as possible, but he's still going to be pinned to the trees here. Ace does get some good damage on General, but nice body blocking from Roger. And General, with an early bottle pick up and a healing salve, he's going to be able to heal up to full. You could see just early Orb of Venom and then just a ton of regen. General has a game plan in mind, and that is attack, 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 and never stop.
This is something that he did already on a couple of the heroes from the games we've seen in the past few days. Just rush the bottle, keep the sustain going. He gives the bottle to his position 4 to secure the 4-minute rune if it's empty, and then gets the 5-minute rune as well. Phoenix in a bit of trouble.
Sounds up a bit. Always want to fly. He wants to try and get the kill on a Jesse, and Jesse will die here. Very nicely done by the 5 position of FlyToMoon, and things just continue to go well for the CIS team as Misery looks to be able to finish off this Phoenix, but he's actually going to die first, so Always Want to Fly stacks up 2 kills in this lane for the boys of FlyToMoon.
This is already looking like a disaster. I mean, I've said it. It just hit 2k gold lead for FlyToMoon. I mean, he wanted to get a deny. I think it was fine if he also just died before the kill, and you know, PL gets the old XP on the bottom. I also think PL could just get a hood this game. I think it's a very good build on PL against the Puck, against the Tiny. You do not want to get bursted.
Gotta watch out for that Minus Armor combo of Wave of Terror mixed with the Acid Spray. But other than that, as long as he's around General, they can keep fighting. 30-10, 27-10, 26-6. CS on the cores of FlyToMoon is just looking ridiculously good. And as a result, they're up by 1,000 gold, and I bet they're up by a hefty amount of experience as well. As Always Want to Fly has his level 2 Fire Spirits, which is where you're going to start feeling really strong as this Phoenix looking to protect this Bounty Rune, and Misery does manage to snatch it away from him. Misery will take some damage here and may actually die with the Icarus dive forward. He's going to toss him up in the air. Misery's going to go for that Bounty Rune and does grab it, but the last Fire Spirits will ensure the kill.
So that's some solo XP for your position 5 Phoenix, exactly what you need. You know, and PL is getting solo XP on the bottom while you're doing this stuff. Can we just check the items on PL? A casual cloak, okay, I'm fine with that. Also double Ring of Regen in the laning stage. That's the same throughout the harassment.
So we sometimes see those like full-out Hooded Defiances on Phantom Lancers when they're dealing with magic damage. Do you think this is not a game warranted? Just a casual cloak's good enough? Is Zibe? Okay. Might have just been saved there by Misery and a little bit of toss back. You gotta be careful though.
Yeah, I'd still prefer if he gets the full hood. Against the Tiny, against Puck, Iron Shell, everything they have is magical damage. You know, Alchemist at one point is gonna get the Radiance.
Sure. Double damage top lane. They're going on to the Alchemist here. Push him back into another round of Brambles. No, it's actually taken over by the Siege Wagon. If he had gotten that, that's what General is aiming for.
Double Orb of Venom. Wait, what?
What? Does that work?
Am I missing something? I mean, even if it works, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, that can't be worth. What?
First time seeing this. Still has Fairy Fire to work with. Always want to fly. Yeah, this is a tough one to get.
Yeah.
Back to Orb of Venom talk.
Okay. Well, what's better than one orb? Two.
He sold one.
Yeah. Maybe he meant to grab the minus armor orb. I could see that, you know.
I still prefer 2 Orbs of Venom over that build.
Jesse. Oh, the last Fire Spirit did him. Always want to fly. He's a monster right now. Don't give this guy bird heroes, man. He's a beast. You give him Wyvern, you give him Phoenix. It's in the name. He just owns.
Drakiro, he also, you know, killed that Tiny, even though Tiny tossed him into the air.
Yeah, that not very effective right there. Kill on a courier. General, nice spy out there. You're an ace. Now being forced to jungle before he's even level 6. This is not a good start for an Alchemist whatsoever. And he's going to be found by Iceberg. They know that he's there.
Kill.
Pull him back in, and he explodes.
Every single time you kill Alchemist, especially at this time of the game where, you know, he wants to keep farming, getting the stacks going on, he suffers so much compared to the other heroes.
And it's not like Iceberg's gonna lose any farm whatsoever since he's stealing stacks while killing an Alchemist. And in the meantime, Always Want to Fly is given a free lane middle, which he's gonna have his level 6 without the tome. 10 minutes.
That's insane. Every single time you see a position 5 hero that is level 6 before 10-minute mark, you know he played the game well.
Yeah.
Or your mid did not play well, and then he went to jungle and someone soaked the XP. Like, I cannot lane here. Okay, I'm just gonna be here, taking out the XP. No boat, but yeah, this should be more than enough to bring him down.
Yeah, I would think so. If Iceberg can hit him with this cleave, it'll be a pretty good heal. Yep, he does hit it. And meanwhile, Misery does manage to kill V2, so the Phantom Lancer does go down. A small win here for 5 men. A win that they desperately needed here in this very rough laning phase.
That's why I wanted to see Hood of Defiance as a first item on PL. Like, you have heroes that can just keep putting the pressure on Alchemist with just other 4. You're extremely strong, your team fight is there, you don't necessarily need to join a fight and have that timing on a Diffusal Blade. Alright, that's another big kill.
Nice combo there, using the vacuum for that last half second that Always Want to Fly. Could have gotten off with a Supernova.
When you have Tiny in the team, Tiny is one of the strongest heroes and one of my favorites right now, because what he can do at every single stage of the game, you have a toss, so when you're defending a tier 3 towers, can easily, you know, just change the whole game with it, and you have someone who enables you. If you're not having a good early game, there's Surge, so you kind of don't need the Blink Dagger that early on.
Yeah, I am honestly surprised every single time I see Tiny is not banned. I mean, 80% contest rate, over 60% win rate, like, come on. That's some absurd numbers he's pulling up.
They nerfed him though. Some big numbers in the previous patch. Move speed reduced by 5. Unplayable.
Got him good. I mean, it just looks bad. You look at the Tiny right now, 345 movement speed instead of that clean 350. You know, you want those round numbers.
Yeah. Agree. What is Kanka doing? I see Broadsword.
Yeah, Roger's coming in, hits the Brambles. They're really trying for this Darkseer kill, but he's just going to run away.
Yeah, something we did not discuss. 5-man lineup is extremely bad at hitting the egg if Alchemist is not the one hitting it.
Yeah.
No one has enough attack speed.
All right, FlyToMoon. They expended a lot here, hoping to get a kill and take this mid tower. Without getting the kill, this tower seems like an objective that might be a little too difficult to take right now. We'll see.
How's Alk doing? 4,000 net worth at the moment.
Are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, he's gonna be so far away from that Radiance, especially if they can try to kill him one more time. He only managed to die once, and there's the Invis play.
Oh, here it comes, General. He spots them moving forward, ready to go. He's like, oh, come on. Okay, we'll take this stack instead. Zibe's going to come in, try and fight this. He throws out the wall. They do manage to get the combo onto Always Want to Fly. He dives away, though. He is able to get out thanks to the arena. Now they're going to be able to get a 3-man fear into the wall. Bump, a Torrent, a 3-man Torrent, a boat on top of it, and FlyToMoon looking hot, hot, hot. That was some pretty action right there. Roger still goes down, and Ace working with that Chemical Rage is going to be good to go. Pylai die. He's going to be pinned up. Okay, General might be able to get that kill. Needs a couple hits, and there it is. The God's Rebuke to finish him off. Ace may survive, but he watches everybody around him die.
This was one of the best spell casting I've seen, in quite some time. I saw Virtus.pro yesterday with the vacuum into Echo Slam. That was pretty sick, but this one, let's see this one again. Always On Fly still manages to get out Sick Arena, and Roger gets a 3-man terrorize into Torrent boat. Wow.
Just incredible. If they had managed to finish off Ace from that final blow, would have been that much sicker. Still trying to finish off that mid tower, though. 5 men, not dead for long. Though Misery just got caught again, it seems like. Iceberg pushing forward with his early Shadow Blade. Torrent, blind Torrent looking for it. Pylai Die managed to juke that much at least, but Iceberg is dropping a little low here. Has some wand charges, so the puck does not commit.
And VTune decided to go for that Hood, and now is getting Diffusal Blade. He can still join team fights with the Hood. He's, doesn't deal that much damage. You don't get too much out of the PL without a Diffusal Blade, but still, he can join the team fights and pressure the tower.
Yeah, especially when you go this more farming build, right, with the 1-4-4. You don't even have that heavy nuke of the Spirit Lance to contribute. I definitely want. I think if I'm on this team, I want V2 and just all right, just focus on your farm, dog. Yeah. We're winning this game pretty hard. As long as you stay ahead of the Alk, everything will be just fine.
Kanka decided to go for this assassin type of a build, double bracer into Shadow Blade, so he can be the one just trying to find Alchemist and kill him. Drums. Okay, I would prefer maybe to get a Blink Dagger on a Mars so he can set things up. They have X Mark, but such a sick combo with the Phoenix and Terrorize from Dark Willow. So if you set it up correctly, don't get me wrong, Drums is still one of the best items you can get in the game.
Oh, where's the spear? Oh, General, you had it.
Trust your instincts.
Yeah. He's too busy thinking about spamming that taunt some more. They're gonna move to the other side. Look at this Kunkka. Assassin indeed. He moves between the tier 2 and tier 3, trying to catch the Alchemist somewhere in the safe lane jungle. He's not there though. He's on the other side of the map. He'll show himself now, General. Tries, but Jesse has already made his way out.
He does not have enough space even for the second Orb of Venom now in his inventory. That's a lot of gold wasted, actually. He spent almost 600 getting the half back.
Trying to bait out a phase shift here. Up. Hits him with the spear, but it doesn't connect to a tree. And with that, Jesse will TP out. But, Jesse's not farming. And they still are looking for pickoffs, and it's going to be on Zibe trying to go for the vacuum to deny the X marks the spot, pull back into the boat. Doesn't make it, though, and as a result, Iceberg now is the proud owner of a mega kill streak.
Omega kill streak.
Omega kill.
That's what we call it in this league. So Alchemist still far away from the Radiance. If they manage to kill him once, recipe away. Roger gets a kill on Pylai Die. Pylai Die understands they don't get too much value out of the aura, so he does not even get it. I saw 2-3-1 build.
Early BKB for the Kunkka. I thought maybe he would go for a Heaven's Halberd. Just tank up some more and then have a disarm against the Alk, but at this point, it's only magic damage that's really threatening this team. They're going to try and catch Jesse here. Hit him with the X, pull him back into the Torrent. Big swing, a cleave hits, and that'll be Jesse down. Oh, there's the pickoff. When you're on a winning game in Dark Willow, man, it feels so good just to run around fiercely. Try and find some supports because you've got the firepower to bring them down.
Oh, for sure.
Radiant
I
structures
still
are
feel like we
fortified.
need to see more of Dark Willow. The hero is underused. I don't know how you feel about her.
Yeah, I think so too. I've been, like every single time I play it, it feels good anyway. There's the combo we're talking about, the Arena into the Supernova, which is very pretty. Prevents them from being able to escape. They're guaranteed hit by the stun. And, okay, Always On a Fly does die on his second life here, so 1 for 2 trade-off. But this is a tier 2 in the mid lane that's very low. And we still have another 3.5 minutes until that second round of experience.
This reminds me of the game where Na'Vi played Alchemist and had 20-minute Radiance.
Oh no, he tossed up Chesty. That wasn't what he wanted. Now the Fear's going to go onto the Tiny. He's going to be pushed back into the Brambles. Speaking of Brambles, Ace actually catches one as he quickly realizes he should not be here. He needs to focus on farming. He needs his Radiance.
There's still tier 1 towers standing on the bottom lane, so a lot to gain from the map in terms of gold for FlyToMoon. They're just going to finish off the tier 2 tower in the mid first with the Phantom Lancer. He doesn't need to care too much about the damage since he went for that hood. Well, saying 20-minute Radiance, I might be generous. You know, if they manage to kill him one more time.
Yeah, this is looking real questionable. I mean, we started off today watching an Alchemist get a huge lead and still losing the game. And this is literally the exact opposite. An Alchemist that is tremendously far behind, and I can't imagine the outcome's going to be any different as we're going to watch Ace die before he can farm up his Radiance again. 9,000 net worth lead for FlyToMoon. And if you're 5 men, how much more are you going to take at this?
I think they understand that we're in a very bad spot right now, and I would not be surprised if they call out GG after 1 or 2 more team fights. Like, this is the lineup that you need to snowball with the Alchemist in team. Oh, he catches him.
Zibe trying to outrun the Bedlam damage, but the Curse Crown is there to stun him up, leading into the Torrent. Goodbye, Zibe. And hello, Chessie. It looks like he's going to be trying to cut some creep waves because they can't farm in traditional ways. That's why they're farming inside the enemy jungle right now, because their own jungle is completely invaded, usually warded. Oh, got a courier. Get it.
Get whatever you can at this point. Give your Alchemist any kind of
another
goal.
one. There's another one. Look at him, Chessie's on the hunt, and he's got the orb for the vision. Oh, he throws it the wrong way. It's gonna fly right over him, though. He sees it for a moment. 1, blink, 2 couriers. Chessie, what a beast, what a boy. He's still gonna lose the game, though. Maybe, we'll see.
Big dive.
See if 5 men can hold out here on the high ground.
Mac. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, 1 more tick, and that Fire Spirit certainly would have killed him.
As I said, still tier 1 tower and tier 2 on the bottom lane. This is the area that they need to control. Look at the vision that 5 men have right now. It's 1 observer ward at the top part of the map. They don't know where FlyToMoon is. And, you know, you can always just go into the Roche pit. I don't think they can be contested inside the Roche pit considering the heroes they have. Smoke.
They're going to break the smoke. They have this fresh Radiance onto the Alchemist. The Arena actually cutting the team in half here. The 2 supports are stuck inside the Arena. The Supernova is on the outside here. Do they have it terrorized? It's coming in. It saves it. The Supernova egg will successfully explode, and here comes the Sunray damage. Vacuum pull back into the wall, though, but they don't have anything left in the tank for anybody on the side of FlyToMoon. They will all seemingly survive here, as Roger still slowed down, trying to limp out. Misery does manage to get away with his Blink Dagger. Dodges the X-Torrent pretty nicely there, but another terrible fight for 5 men, as it seems like this game 1 is just written with doom.
Great positioning there from General, breaking the smoke, using Arena on 2 of the heroes, and once again, another great Terrorize coming on top of the Phoenix. Like, they have such great heroes of defending the egg, with the Torrent, with the boat, you name it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a big reason why we're seeing 3 and 4 position Phoenix, and like the time of 5 position Phoenix. There aren't very many players who still like to do that. You really want the levels, and it's nice to be able to have a little bit of farm, but when you've got this kind of teamwork and this kind of protection, a 5 Phoenix looks perfectly fine to me.
For sure. Yeah, Sometimes it just doesn't feel like that great of a Phoenix game, especially if you pick it early on and the enemy team is just like, yeah, we need to have heroes to kill the egg. We need to have Ogre, Mirana, you name it.
As is BKB, another 2,600 in the bank for Iceberg, so he's going to be approaching another item soon, as is our Phantom Lancer, who's looking to complete a Manta.
Dire structures are fortified.
And they are both 3,000 net worth plus ahead of the Alchemist. Situation that should be reversed. Roger trying to go for a Nye.
He
on
buys
the
back
ward here.
instantly.
Yeah.
Alright, they did not use any of the long cooldowns. Not sure that was necessary. Also, top lane's being pushed in, so someone needs to get that farm. Also, 2 bounty runes still standing there. What they can do is just X-mark someone, clears the wave, and come back.
Very curious. Maybe Roger was just bored. He's like, ah.
Possibly, considering how this game is going. You know,
It's like, this
let
game's
us
boring enough when I'm actually playing. When I'm dead, it's even worse. Okay, playing some triangle. I mean, Roshan is available for FlyToMoon. They just don't have the absolute best team to do it. But seeing as they're far enough ahead, they'll start putting it to work here. They have no minus armor, right?
Nope.
So it'll take a minute.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while until they kill this Roche. Not the best Roche taking lineup.
5 men is on the way. Can they get here in time? The scan's gonna go off, so they know 5 men's coming. Damage is still flowing in. The Phantom Lancer is looking to finish it off. Chessie's going to jump inside the pit while General, he's going to make sure to connect with the Alchemist. It's going to be all up to Chessie to try and seal with his Aegis, but he can't get it. The Terrorize on top, bumping him into the wall, chasing him away. They do have the Curse Crown on a Zibe here. He's going to be stunned up. The Sunray, he does manage to get the wall. Misery toss back there, but it lines up into the God's Rebuke from General, who pins in the Vengeful Spirit. A dive over 2 from Always Wanna Fly, just looking to be able to slow down these heroes and catch as many as possible. Ace weaves his way back and through the brambles and does manage to get back to the safety of his base. But it won't be safe for long, as the rest of FlyToMoon with this Aegis looks very strong, very fierce, and probably ready to test their mettle on high ground.
General will have another arena because he had Arcane Rune before that fight. Alchemist, he's just gone.
Yep, the swap comes in. He swaps in a dead body. Oh no, they couldn't even catch Always Wanna Fly. Misery tried with the Ion Shell, but there it is. You called it Lacoste. You said this team knows how far behind they are. They go for last-ditch Roshan interruption there, but FlyToMoon, just all around clean play by them.